Hey guys, welcome to the Grind Podcast. We're here with the Ever Esports Organization, a North American organization that helps content creators and esports enthusiasts in Overwatch, League of Legends, COD, and Smash, and probably a lot more to come. I bring on people from the org to discuss esports, the amateur scene, and basically whatever we feel like talking about. So I am Sam, aka JustCasual, the host of this show. Here I have with me Zack.
Hello.
Zack, aka Zackit21. And then we have Dareon, aka Fuego.
Hi guys, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys doing tonight or today?
I'm doing great.
I'm doing real good. Nice day at work, and now we're doing this podcast.
Cool.
Yeah.
First time doing a podcast, guys?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Yes.
Cool. It should be fun. And you guys talk on your streams and stuff like that. So, yeah, my two guests here are streamers for Ever Esports. Let's start with Zack. You want to introduce yourself to everyone?
Okay. My name is Zack, aka Zackit21. I just decided to start streaming one day, and all of my friends were like, "Oh, you could really do this if you put your mind to it and were consistent." So I've started streaming. I work at a Chevy dealership full time, and I also go to college to be an internet security specialist. So this is something I kind of do as just a hobby on the side. And one day, my buddy in real life that I went to school with, Kiexo, he messaged me and said, "Hey, I'm part of this org. Do you want to be a content creator for him?" I was like, "Sure. We'll talk about it and we'll see what happens." And I hopped on with them, talked to Ever, Vandalise, and those guys. They seem like great guys. And so I've been a part of them. They've made my graphics for me and helped me build my stream, helped me market myself on Twitter, Facebook, and everything else.
Nice. Cool. So what about you, Fuego? What's your story?
My story is I've been streaming for a while now, but I've just now got the equipment to really do it as much as possible. And I pride myself on being a personality. I'm mediocre at the games I play, but I really pride myself on just trying to interact with the chat and just being a friendly, funny community guy, trying to bring people together and just have fun.
Cool. So what games do you guys stream?
I play H1Z1 King of the Kill, and I've recently started playing some League. I'm complete trash at the game.
So is everyone else, don't worry.
With H1Z1 King of the Kill, currently I'm ranked 901 in North America. I was 703, but I've kind of dropped off since I've not really been grinding it as much. I kind of getting a little tired of the pace of the game at the moment, and there's a big update coming, so I'm just waiting it out for that.
Okay.
But I'm pretty decent at that game, so a lot of people come to watch that part of me. And when I get really focused, I'm not much of a personality, so they come to watch the more competitive part of me.
Gotcha.
But as for League of Legends, I try and enjoy myself as much as I can, talk to the chat, and it's a little bit more laid back and chill. Which is what I pride my stream on. I put most chill stream NA all the time. That's my title.
What about you, Fuego?
Well, for me, I predominantly stream League of Legends, but I also play Overwatch and PUBG. League of Legends is like my baby. I met my wife on that game. Me and my wife play together. There's a lot of fun family times. When I play League of Legends on stream, I don't know, it's pretty difficult to do everything I want to do, to perform the way I want. But I just keep in high spirits and just try to keep the chat entertained and stuff like that. And I'm getting into Player Unknown's Battlegrounds, which is not really fun if you're not winning, but I'm getting the hang of it. It's pretty similar to H1Z1 like Zackit plays, but I guess it's just different in its own special way.
It's a lot more slower paced.
A lot more slow paced, a lot of camping. Yeah. But I definitely want to get into streaming other games more frequently because I do stream League of Legends most of the time.
Okay. All right. So I want to talk about this right now. With H1Z1 and PUBG, the creator of H1Z1 left to make PUBG, or someone that's really highly involved in it, right?
The main creator of King of the Kill, Player Unknown. He was a part, I believe, with Sony. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I believe he was part of Sony, which originally owned Just Survive and King of the Kill, which were one game at the time. Then when they split up, I'm pretty sure he split from King of the Kill, and Daybreak took over and was basically making this game without a developer. So it's been a really slow game to create for them, but they're starting to get a good team going and building the game a lot. And PlayerUnknown decided, you know what, I'm going to make my own game. And that was the day PUBG was born.
All right, so I guess which one's better? What do you think the future is? What's going on? What's going to make you switch from H1Z1 to PUBG?
I don't think I will, honestly. Yeah? Unless I do play PUBG sometimes. I actually just played it last night. But it is too slow for me. And I have a really hard time deciphering where people are because there are sights and scopes, which I guess makes it a little bit more competitive. But I have put over 1,000 hours into H1Z1 and I know every bit of that movement in the game, how everything works. And I really like the fact that I can land on the ground, pick up a gun, and go off on people. Just, kill as many people as possible. Whereas PUBG, it's more, you're slowly landing somewhere, you get some loot, and then you go chase people down. I like being able to land and go.
Okay.
So, unless PUBG does that, I'm not going to switch.
Yeah, since I do play PUBG, I can kind of fill in the gaps, because where you might not be familiar with. But as you say, PUBG is very campy. It can be a very slow game, but the map is very large. So there are hotspots on the map where people will just flock to no matter what. And I think that's what makes the game so much fun, because you can take the slow route and go to an off-chart place that no one goes to, loot up, and then try to fight people, or you can just go to the hotspot and duke it out with your fist until you get a gun or something. But ultimately, H1Z1, I was actually very interested in the game, but then PUBG came out, and I was like, well, they're pretty much the same game to me. But after actually watching gameplay of H1Z1 and playing PUBG myself, I can say that I like PUBG more. It's more my style. Whereas H1Z1, I can see where it's just way faster paced. And I don't think I'm ready for that yet. So I'd rather go with the PUBG, more survival based rather than arena.
Gotcha.
I think, in terms of, maybe to explain to some of the people watching, a big difference is, if you guys have known Battle Royale games or don't know them at all, there's a gas ring that happens, I believe, about 3 to 4 minutes in to the game, and it starts slowly surrounding the map, and it gets smaller and smaller, and anyone that's outside of that safe zone, the circle, starts getting hurt. Well, by the first safe zone of H1Z1, there's probably 25 people left, maybe 20.
Oh, wow.
PUBG, I've noticed you get 40, 50, 60 people.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
By that first wave. So there's just with the amount of 40 players, you can tell the difference in the pace of the game.
Very much so.
All right. So do you think PUBG is a huge threat to H1Z1 as just a competing game?
The reason they are a big threat, I think, is because of their transparency and how quickly they fix bugs in the game. Daybreak has had a long history of not fixing things that quickly, and a lot of the bigger streamers out there are getting tired of it. And so you've seen Ninja, Summit, Dr. Disrespect, all huge streamers switching to PUBG, and you can tell in the Twitch listings that PlayerUnknown has way more viewers than H1Z1 does anymore. And so there's a threat there because it isn't getting advertised as much on Twitch. And
Gotcha.
So that's why I think PlayerUnknown has basically grown as much as it has.
Okay.
But as for the players in the game, I think people that want to stick with arcade style fast-paced shooting like I do, they're going to stick with H1Z1. It's going to be that niche that no one else can fill right now.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Cool.
Exactly. I can chime in. That definitely is a fact when it comes to Twitch. PUBG is a bigger game, but I would think that's more because of hype. It's newer. It's all the kids are on it, and eventually the hype will die down, and I think they'll be pretty much not at a stalemate. Of course, one's going to come out on top, but I think it's anyone's game. Anyone can come out on top because I think PUBG is really just a part of a really big hype train.
Sure. I think
I also think that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. I just think that extra competition is going to make Daybreak even better too, because either the H1Z1's just going to go down because they decide not to like change their schedule and bug fixing, or they're going to like step up their game and probably like make H1Z1 better, less buggy, and then for people that want a faster paced PUBG, they'll be like, hey, let's try H1Z1 because it's Daybreak's fixing their stuff.
Yeah, they're definitely trying. I've seen a lot of new fixes in the new update they have, so
cool.
there's definitely a lot of hype for that. One more thing I do want to add, as for the amount of advertisement PUBG gets, is that if H1Z1 switches to also being a console game, which I know would be very hard for them, but that might help a lot, because you got to imagine a lot of people watching games are playing on console.
Sure.
So PlayerUnknown having that on console is definitely a big step in the right direction for them, and as terms for people playing it too.
Yeah, absolutely. I have a buddy that he almost played competitive COD at one point, or Halo, I think it was. I think that was his game. He was really good at Halo, but it was console. And when it comes to PC first-person shooters, he struggles so hard. So I could imagine if you have it on console, you just get a different demographic of people, you make it super easily available, and then bam, you got a lot of people playing.
I'm the opposite of your buddy.
Yeah.
I can't do console, dude.
I'm bad at both, so at least you guys have that.
I mean, I'm okay at PC. I've been playing it all of my life, but I bought an Xbox to play with my friends, got Destiny. I was like, yeah, I'm going to be so good. No.
Totally different feel, right?
Yeah. I used to play a lot of PlayStation, and I was really good in COD, but I lost all of that ability since after high school and everything.
Sure. Okay, so let's move back to Ever Esports as an org. How is it being part of Ever Esports? How is it being a streamer that's part of an organization rather than being, I guess, independent of yourself or with yourself?
I think this goes back to kind of what I was talking about in my introduction. Being a part of like Ever Esports in an organization, it helps you grow that much more, because there's that much more people on your side rooting for you to grow as a streamer and to watch you and to promote you. So being a part of an org, and especially with them going out and finding people to create graphics for us, and just basically promoting us, that's huge when it comes into terms of like Twitter and everything, because a lot of people check it. A lot of people are on it. So the more connections you have, the more networking you have, the better off you're going to be.
Fuego, you have anything to add to that? At least your personal experience. Yeah, being a part of an org, even without just like the promotion and all the great things they can provide for us, all the resources they have, it's really nice just morally. Like, you're streaming and your views are very low, but you always get pats in the back from the crew, and they always are very supportive, and it just helps you keep going, and that's one of the biggest things about streaming. The longer you're streaming, the more you're on, the more your face is out there, the better chance you have of blowing up. So just having people, just like, they're not literally around you, but in your corner rooting for you, it's like one of the best things ever. So I can't imagine like not streaming without them or whatever. Streaming without them. But
especially with both of us being the content creators, though, where we're able to like host each other, tell when we're both live, everything like that. So sometimes I'll host Fuego, he'll host me, or I'll post on Twitter, hey guys, go check this guy out, for anyone that follows me. Yeah. So it definitely is, we're able to network both the people we get, or all the viewers we get.
Okay, how many streamers are with Ever Esports? Do you know?
I believe it's just us two as content creators. I know, like, Hood, he streams sometimes, I believe. And And some of the other guys, the more competitive guys and that are in the teams, they stream sometimes. And I've seen Ever stream and stuff like that. But as for like people that actually have a set schedule that stream all the time, I believe it's just me and Fuego.
Yeah.
Okay. So you mentioned content creation. What does that entail for you guys?
To me, I mean, we don't do anything too spectacular other than we're out there, we're streaming every day with our VODs and everything. We have our overlays to advertise Ever Esports, and I've made some YouTube videos and been able to post it to Ever's channel. Things, you know, just making videos and being on the internet for people to watch. I just make
dank memes. No, I'm joking.
That's important, man.
It is important, and I'm just starting to get into YouTube, and I'm trying to basically learn how to edit. Like, I'm trying to get up my I guess creative abilities. Just trying to like learn Photoshop and learn how to edit videos and just learn all of these things so that I can just be able to create content for others in the organization and also myself, and not have to outsource or have other people pull resources for me when I can just do it myself.
Gotcha. Cool.
Yeah. I'm also learning how to edit videos and stuff. I have one short video from when I started streaming for the very first time that I took, and I made a little cool montage out of it. Nothing spectacular, but it's definitely helped me learn how to edit videos and appreciate the process. That's for sure. I had someone professionally make it for me, and I was like, wow, the time this must have took, because it took me like 3 hours to make 45 seconds. So
yeah,
like
there's definitely a learning curve.
Took to make a 4-minute video. I appreciate that now.
Gotcha. Cool. So can you guys talk a little bit about your journey? Like, how long have you guys been streaming? How are you doing right now? And what's like the future? What do your goals and future look like? Maybe, I don't know, this to finish off this year and like maybe a year from now?
Do you want to go Fuego first? Or?
Yeah, I can go first. My streaming journey, it starts on the Xbox One. When Titanfall first came out, I figured I would just stream that, and that's when Twitch had just released the app where you can stream like just from your Xbox. You didn't need any extra equipment or anything like that. Yeah, that's right. And I was going pretty hard on there, and it was an account called Dareon, which I let go because I don't know. One day I just woke up, I was like, I don't want to do this stuff anymore, and then. But luckily, I met my wife through League of Legends, and we were living together. And my PC was like trash, but hers was much better than mine. So she was like, you can use mine, and give it a shot and start up and do your thing. And that was literally like when I just took off running. I just started streaming more frequently, just going hard. And then I took a little break because I moved from New York to North Carolina. But now I'm right back at it, and I'm seeing growth, and I'm just happy that I was able to continue and not quit when I thought I was going to.
Gotcha. What about you, Zach?
So for me, I started probably 4 or 5 months ago. I'm not exactly sure on the date. I mean, actually, I could find it, but I started, and like I said earlier, one day my buddies were like, you should start streaming. And I still have one PC at the moment, but I built a very good PC like 2 years back. And I've kind of been adding to it since. And with that, I started to learn more about streaming. At first, when I looked at Twitch, I was like, why would people want to watch someone play a game? And,
that's what everyone was thinking when Twitch came out. Or Justin TV, I think it was, like back in the day. TV.
Everyone, when I tell them my stream, they're like, why would someone watch you play a game? I don't understand. I'm not even into games at all. But like, why would you definitely want to watch someone? Just play it yourself. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? We have some pretty fun times. It was when I was playing H1Z15s all the time. And so many memes would happen, or stupid things, or we'd flip our car a weird way, just a bunch of funny stuff would happen. And I was like, people would watch this, people would laugh at this. So I started streaming, and I've slowly been building on that, started getting the webcams set up and everything. I started with a a 720p webcam, and I use that as my mouse cam now. And then I upgraded to the C920 that's up here, and that's my face cam. And I've started growing. Ever picked me up to join the org, and ever since then I've taken off running too. Just like Fuego said, trying to stay consistent is a hard thing, especially being in college. Other than that, though, I love it. I love being able to watch everyone in the chat talk and other people meet each other. I've had some people say they are glad they found me because they found other people to play games with, all of my friends, and so far I love it.
Gotcha. Cool. So what's the end goal then for you guys? Zach, why don't you start? Like, are you just trying to just do this, have fun? Are you trying to do it full time? What's the goal?
I definitely would love to be full time, and I will try and progress to there. I don't know if it will happen anytime soon. But my girlfriend says if I don't make X amount of dollars, from streaming, there's no full time. So right now it's just a casual thing because I pretty much casually play games mostly on the weekends.
Gotcha.
So,
okay.
It's something that I like to do as a hobby, like I said. And if it grows into something big, so be it. I'll definitely love to take that on and stream 8 hours a day and get paid for it. I would not mind it at all.
Yeah. I mean, you're really new to this whole streaming thing, so I can see that.
Yeah.
Cool. What about you, Fuego?
As for me, I would definitely want to do this full time. That's actually what I'm working towards. It is right now. It is just a hobby. It is fun, but if it comes to time where the money I get from Twitch starts to I guess overtake the money I get from working, I'm just gonna go with Twitch full steam ahead because it's definitely an appeal to like being home with my family and then being able to also do what I love to do all the time.
Sure.
And then when I'm done doing what I love to do, I didn't need to just turn it off and just be with my family. So it's very appealing, and I'm definitely working towards that.
Yeah. So how do you think, how are people supposed to do that? If someone's like starting out for like thinking like, hey, I want to stream, or they've been streaming for a year and they're just not seeing anything happen, how are they supposed to, or how are you guys supposed to like grow into a bigger stream, I guess?
In my opinion, I would think it's just I would say just not being scared of like what people think, because like I know this. I have a friend that streams. His name is Eddie G, and he doesn't like really post his streams in all his social medias. And I'm like, if you did that, you would grow. You have a bunch of people who like you, like your friends and family, who would definitely tune in. And on Twitch, especially, every view counts. Every viewer that you have, you are higher up in that game that you're playing. Like you are higher up on that page. So just putting yourself out there as much as possible. Like even me, like I don't post my stream onto Facebook very often because I don't know, I'm just afraid like that one kid from high school is gonna like bother me, like troll me or something. But like it's definitely just not being scared. Or even if you like see someone in person and like they have like a League of Legends shirt, chat with them and talk to them and like, hey, you want to check out my stream? I do this, I do that. Maybe you want to tune in. Just really just networking and just like I said, throwing yourself out there.
Yeah,
I definitely can agree with that because a lot of people I'll talk to in pregame lobby, as Fuego might know, they have your pregame lobby with PUBG, and H1Z1 also has one. So a lot of people yell in the microphone or play music, whatever.
I know exactly where you're going with this.
And like, just shouting yourself out in there, or just talking in there, and then you can meet a couple people and be like, hey, join the stream. And I've had some people join from there. I've had some follows from there. And networking yourself on social media, like Fuego said, I think my whole Facebook for the past like 2 months is just I'm live. My Twitch
over and over again.
Just constant. I don't post anything on there other than I share like stupid funny videos, and that's about all that my Facebook has. But I've had friends and family come on my stream, hang out, talking there. And like he said, every viewer counts. So I love that everyone that joins, I love them for it. Everyone that subs, I definitely love them.
Yeah.
Because that's a huge help for me, you know. It definitely gets me closer to working toward that goal.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah. So have you guys tried Facebook streaming or YouTube gaming live streams?
I have not.
No?
I have not, but I'm looking into dual streaming, so being able to stream on multiple, I guess, platforms at once.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I mean, if Twitch has something where it's like, hey, you got to stick with us, but if that's not a thing, then I'm definitely looking to reach out to other platforms and keep that going.
Gotcha. So what are your guys' opinion on the state of Twitch right now? Are you guys happy with it? Do you think things are going to change? Do you think things should change? Are there things that you really hate about Twitch?
So far, I like it a lot.
Okay.
I mean, as we just talked about, neither of us have really tried any other streaming platform, so we're not really sure what the differences are. But as for the only complaint I have for him, it sucks that there's a 60-day payout on anything you make.
Oh, 60 days?
Yeah.
Wow.
When someone does donates bits or subscribes or anything, it's 60 days to get that money from them. And that's a long time, especially thinking if you're going to do this as a full-time career.
Mm-hmm.
One paycheck every 2 months. I don't know.
Yeah, that's scary. I didn't know that.
That's how it is for affiliates. If you get so let's say you get big enough to become a partner, which is like a whole nother thing, similar but has much more perks when it comes to Twitch. And for now, for us partners who are smaller, it is a 60-day, I guess, wait for a payout, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So you guys are both affiliates then?
Yeah, we're both affiliates.
Okay.
But with partnered, even it's 45 days, so a month and a half.
Jeez.
Oh, so that's the same thing. Never mind.
You know, it other than PayPal, like if anyone donates to either of us with PayPal, it's instant.
Sure.
Bits and subscriptions, it's all that 60-day wait or 45-day wait for partnered people. So if someone figures out a way to fix that and create a good enough streaming platform, I think they could take money on that.
Gotcha. Is there anything else you want to say about Twitch?
Yes, Twitch. I've been a long time viewer. I've been watching things and people on Twitch for a very long time, and I would say they're making a lot of improvements. And I think that's because of the competition with YouTube and all these other platforms. Because I see that Twitch has really opened up their, their pockets to be able to get all these people to become affiliates and helping them, start to gain some finances from Twitch. Because on YouTube, I feel like that happened with Twitch. As soon as YouTube, the ads got pulled or whatever, and there was a big problem with the ads or whatever when that happened, I think Twitch definitely, jumped on that and was like, hey, all you guys who are having problems with YouTube and your finances, come over to us and we're gonna help you. And definitely Twitch, I feel like it's a better platform for smaller people, if that makes sense. Even though it is hard being small on Twitch, I would think being small on YouTube is like worse, because it's like everything's on YouTube. It's like you can go from kittens to watching someone build a house. Like on Twitch, it's strictly video games. So when you're streaming, like people who want to watch video games are coming to Twitch. So if I'm streaming video games, you know, that makes my life a whole lot easier, because it's narrowed down to just video games rather than on YouTube. There's anything and everything on there.
Gotcha.
I agree with that completely, especially like specified video games, because it's all separated by video game. So anyone wanting to watch PlayerUnknown is able to watch PlayerUnknown. It's huge.
Cool.
Because you're not going to want to go to a YouTube stream and notice that it's all about cats. And then the next
cat live stream, man.
The next guy is playing, Killing Floor, Counter-Strike, just no one wants to switch from that to that unless they're into it.
Gotcha. Cool. So what would make you guys switch to YouTube? Is there anything like immediately?
Immediately, I don't think I would want to. I even kind of wouldn't want to change names ever or anything, because it's that much harder for the people that already know you to find you, unless you have a big following.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, especially like the small followings we have built up would just be gone if you like move to YouTube. So I wouldn't think I'd be switching ever unless like they came with a check, like come over here, take all this money. But besides that, no, I'm not going anywhere.
Gotcha. Cool. Yeah, let's just move on to the discussion topics. Yeah, usually for the grind, we have people come. The guests usually bring their own discussion topics if they have something they want to talk about. Zach, I know you have one that you like to talk about, right?
Yep. I just wanted to talk about people trying to grow their stream and as being a smaller streamer. I really wanted to get it out there that being in the community is one of the biggest things I think will help grow you as a streamer.
And when you say community, what do you mean exactly?
Community, I mean like the games you play in, getting to know everyone in the game you play in. I play in H1Z1. So one of the huge streamers in H1Z1 is Pineapples, and I joined his community a while back. I think 5 months ago now, and I got to know everyone in there, and they've helped me massively grow my stream, teach me things on OBS just to make my stream look nicer. And all the people in there have helped me with my emotes, everything, growing my stream, donated to my stream, and I wanted to thank all of them. And for anyone trying to grow their stream, I suggest joining the community you're in is a big thing, and consistency, but joining the community you're in is a big, huge one.
So how, for someone that's looking to join a community, for example, let's say League of Legends, because it's one of the biggest games right now. How do you find a community in such a huge crowd? Because I mean, I wouldn't go on like the League of Legends subreddit and be like, "Hey guys, how's it going?" Right? You're just gonna be like gone.
Time in here. On Twitch, they have these things called communities where, like, let's say I play League of Legends and I can look at basically almost like these imagine like a massive like group chat, but a whole lot better, and you can just basically, I guess, you can apply to join one, right? If it's closed or not, or it might be open. Okay. And there's basically groups of people who just have their own little thing, and you can just go in there, and once you're a part of it, now it's almost like being in an org, but less like, I guess, more.
There's no strings attached, I think.
There's no string attached, yeah.
With an org, I guess, there's no with our org, there's no string attached either, but like there's no branding with it or anything. It's all just people getting together and talking. Yeah. Yeah. And it's just a way like people can go to the H1Z1 community. That's what I'm a part of, and do that. But the other part of it is, and what I mean by community is like, say, I don't know, I'm not sure of who is a huge League of Legends streamer, but do you guys have one to mention?
I'm a Cutie Pie is probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest one.
I'm a Cutie Pie, and they have he has tons of users or whatever, you know, I don't know him. But like their Discords and everything, joining that and talking to the people that actively view that streamer and getting to know them is a huge help. Like I talk almost every day to the people that actively watch Pineapple stream in Discord. Just I'll be at work messaging in Discord all day long, or, you know, talking to them on my weekends off, hooking up and playing games with them all night long. Was a huge help to me.
Yeah, I never thought networking would be so important in like the streaming world, right? You think of it like a professional thing, like if you're looking for jobs and stuff like that, but again, it's kind of who you know, right? Or like relationships that you make.
Connections are a big thing, yeah. But someone told me a couple days ago, one of my good buddies said, you're a business. And that it's true with any business, that you got to network the business and have PR and everything like that. So you may be your personal PR rep as a streamer, but having that, you know, getting your name out there and just doing everything you can to bring people to your stream and all the networking that is involved with it is definitely a huge deal.
Gotcha. What's been one of the toughest things you've had to deal with being a streamer? Or is it all sunshines and rainbows, butterflies?
Discouragement, I think, would be a great word to start. I guess what one of my most troubling things is, because there's times where you have 12 to 15 viewers in your stream watching you, hanging out and talking in the chat, and then there's other times where you may go a whole night with one person in there, two people in there, and it's a little discouraging to see that, because you would hope all the people that come to watch you continue to come to watch you all the time. But I tell myself, you know what, it's only going to get better from here. Sure. And I stick with it, and I do grow slowly, but it happens, So
yeah, I'm sure a lot of patience. A lot of patience is involved.
Oh yeah.
I doubt there's a ton of people that are like overnight success. You're like, oh, they just boomed. Oh, they've been doing it for 2 years. Okay, that makes sense then.
And I guess the second thing would be like trying to figure out something that's going to put you out from the crowd. I'm not a very creative person myself, but there's a lot of people out there that have something specific they do on their channel that people enjoy and that they go there for. And finding out something that hasn't been done before is kind of a difficult thing in a saturated Twitch world.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I would say one of the toughest things with streaming, I would have to say just money, because having all the equipment to have your stream look up to standard with everything else that's going on, and like playing the games at the highest resolutions, and this it's very expensive. It's very, very, very expensive, and of course, you can't really help that other than like obtaining money. So I would say just to find this, because like right now I'm using like as a second monitor, I'm using like a TV that was given to me, and it's like a HD TV from like 8 years ago. Like, but I have it hooked up as a second monitor because this is what I need in order to produce the stream that I want to produce. And I would say back to discouragement. It's really, I would say, not hard for me to get discouraged, but I'm able to stay in high spirits a lot of the times because, like I said, me and my wife, we both play League of Legends, and she likes to watch streams as well. So she's a very, very, very big supporter. Like right now, she's probably like in the living room watching ads, so she can give me bits like when like hyped up or like. So nice. Like she's just very, very, very supportive. So even when like I might not want to stream, let's say I'm not really in the mood, and I know a big part of my stream is being a personality, she would just like, be able to cheer me up and, just give me a boost so that I can produce the stream that I want to.
Gotcha. So, all right, Fuego, you've mentioned this a few times. How did you meet your wife on League of Legends? Is that a story we can share?
Yeah, it's a story I can share. I was playing League of Legends on a very crappy laptop, and I was playing with my buddies, and there was a Sejuani in the top lane that was just killing it. So me and my boys like, yo, we're gonna add the Sejuani to the party, and we did. And then from there, it was just like a buddy online for like a couple years to talk on Skype here and there, play a couple games here and there, and then one day it was around Thanksgiving, I think, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna come visit you. Like, I know you don't live too far away. Like, I'm gonna drive up and I'm gonna come see you. We're gonna hang out. And then we did, and we hung out and we talked about League and all the things that like, that comes with not ever knowing a person, then meeting them finally. And then after a couple visits, a couple dates, I was like, hey, like we should move in together, and we did. And from there, it was just good times. We played a lot of League, and we worked in the pizzeria, and I worked in that pizzeria. And we just worked, and I stumbled upon a PC. Her brother had an Alienware he was getting rid of, and I bought it from him, and then I was able to start streaming on my own computer because remember I told you I was streaming on her computer.
Yep.
So I was able to stream on my computer, and my frames were up, and I was able to play my games at like higher quality. It was, it was just so good. And then I remember like the first time I like climbed out of bronze in League of Legends was with her. Like we duoed and we got out of bronze together, and it was just like awesome. And then from there we visited some friends in North Carolina, which are her longtime friends, and then she stumbled upon a job offer, and I was like, you have to take it. This is a good job, and you don't really like this pizzeria anymore. So she took it, and now I'm in North Carolina, and we got married here in North Carolina, and yeah, it's just been great ever since.
Nice.
Lots of fun. There are the occasional rage moments, you know, when you're playing a competitive game, a team-oriented game with your significant other. You know, things can get pretty dicey, but it's always good times though.
Cool. Well, there you go. Now you have your good feels, all of the listeners, for that story. What's gonna happen when one of you decides to quit playing League of Legends?
Say that one more time.
What's gonna happen if one of you quit League of Legends?
Actually, I've quit League of Legends numerous times.
Oh yeah, out of just anger, like forget it.
Yeah,
I'm done with this.
I'm uninstalling this game, not playing it anymore. But you know, you can't. You know, one of those games you play forever. Like, of course, you have your rage moments, but you always come back eventually. You give it a week, a month, or a couple months, or whatever. You're always gonna come back and play again. But I mean, if I was really done with League of Legends, it wouldn't be a big deal because my wife, she just likes video games in general, so she can watch me play PUBG, she can watch me play Overwatch and things of that nature. So if I quit League, if anything, it would just be her on the other side of my desk playing League while I'm playing something else.
Gotcha. All right, so if this is too personal, we can skip this question, but how has your guys' significant others helped you with your streaming careers? Or have they been a help? Or have they only been a hindrance? I don't know.
For me, she really doesn't believe in video games or streaming at all.
Okay.
I've definitely shown her difference in it. Not so much that she'll watch me or like me playing games so much, but she has been a lot better lately because she realizes that I'm actually making money from doing this. I've got a pretty decent subscriber list going and follower list. So she's starting to understand a little bit more and be a little bit more lenient about it. But other than that, she's not a big video gamer. She's born and raised in the country, you know, no internet, back roads, hanging out, drinking, and everything else. She likes Sims. That's it.
Nice. Sims is a great game, man.
Yeah. That's all she plays. She actually just uses my computer for Sims all the time. I can tell if my Origin's logged into her account what she was doing. That's about it.
All right. What about you, Fuego?
Well, since you already know, my wife and I, we play League of Legends all the time. My wife isn't the biggest gamer. She does like play League mostly. She played like some like Kingdom Hearts back in the day. You know, she's just very supportive. For like, I couldn't ask for any more support because, like, all she does is just like help me with my stream, or sometimes she's just sitting in the chat, just like interacting with people when I'm like too zoned in on a game or something. Like, it's been the easiest thing ever being able to just like enjoy myself and play my games because my wife is right here, either enjoying me playing my game or just like playing her own game. She's too busy doing her own thing to worry about me, and a lot of quality time spent. You know, we go to the movies and we go out to dinner, things like that. But we can spend time actually just like playing games together, or just like watching a stream together on League or on PUBG or something like that. So it's been a really, really, really fun experience because, you know, I've had girlfriends in the past, and with you know, they know I play video games and things like that, but they've never been as supportive and receptive to just like all of this and the streaming and the gaming and the all this. It's just been awesome.
You're a lucky man, Fuego.
I am.
All right, Fuego, did you have anything you wanted to discuss?
Anything I want to discuss? I think I can go back to the finding something to stand out
Okay.
on Twitch. See, for me, it's kind of hard for me to stand out because I watch like so many streamers that it's kind of hard not to just like get ideas and like pull from these guys that are just so successful. But something funny, as you know, I am African American, so in this just like predominantly like just like I guess white field, when you're scrolling down Twitch in the League of Legends, like you just see like a black face. Just be like, wait, hold on, let me click on this guy. Like what's going on? And I've actually gotten like viewers and just like followers from that, and I think this is really interesting that like I guess my skin is used as something that how you say it, like I guess make me stand out and be unique in this just market where there's not too many African Americans in the field and streaming and things of that nature.
Do you think that hope's gonna like die down more so as everyone's fighting for like racial equality and everything in terms of like they don't want anyone to see race basically? Do I see it dying out? I don't like
think.
I mean obviously you can't change your skin color and
No.
there's nothing wrong with it, but like I'm just thinking of everything that's happening in like the world in the US and everyone wanting to be equal.
Yeah.
I just was wondering if I don't know how to put it, like if you see that not happening so much as more and more people are trying to not see race.
Definitely. I definitely think like just once people like I guess get on the same page, just because you know everyone's a human being. Like at the end of the day, we're all human. So once people can see that, honestly, I think it would take like an alien invasion, like it's like because the world. There's so many things that we can fight about. There's so many things that we can just like. There's so many sides that you can pick, but if aliens come attack, like you can't side with the aliens. So I think that's what it would literally take for like the like human beings to just like be together and just you know.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm going with the aliens. They've hid from us for years. I'm gonna start joining them. I can hide too.
That's funny. Yeah. How has race been a big part of your streaming career? Has it like, have you run into any issues with it or I don't know. I mean, you mentioned like at least you stand out when people are scrolling down, right? Which is always helpful.
I do. But I mean, there are other trolls, you know, with the racial slurs and things like that. But I think everyone goes through that. Maybe not the racial slurs, but some type of harassment and like, I don't know, man.
That's just online communities, right?
Yeah, just
the trolls.
It's the internet.
Just the trolls. I myself have them. Like, I've had a few come in there just yelling racial slurs. I just get rid of them. I mean, I want to build a positive community, not something that is just full of trolls. So if they're going to come into my chat and start yelling things that shouldn't be, they're out of there. But I've also had people come in, like, I'm always super chill in my stream, laid back. Like, I'll sit there and I'll just play like this, you know, just like the most relaxed position in the world. And I've had people come in and say like, oh, you look like a heroin addict or you look like some druggie. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? What are you talking about? So, funny. You know, you even have those trolls.
Sure. How is dealing with trolls? Does it get to you?
I mean, it's a little annoying, obviously, because us being smaller streamers, you've now had this viewer in your chat, and he's talking in the chat. It's just not what you want. So there's kind of that little moment as you're hitting the circular ban button that you're like, damn it. But other than that, at the end of the day, I just think, you know, like I just said, I want positive people in my chat, not bad people. So when that time comes, when more positive people join, so be it. I don't want memers in my chat.
Sure.
Well, see me, I love the trolls, and I just take it for what it is. Like, of course, like if it can get too out of hand or just too extreme, of course you get banned or muted or whatever. But when it comes to just like people just come in talking mess, I like it because it's another viewer, it's someone else interacting in the chat, and it gives something for my chat to do, like just like to flame that guy. But like, I love the trolls, man, because like you can just mind your business playing a game. Some guy comes in like you're trash, and then hey, okay, I'm trash, I know, but thanks for tuning in. Just hit that follow button, and we're gonna keep it moving along.
Nice. All right, is there anything else you guys want to talk about tonight?
Let's talk about food.
Food?
Okay,
Yeah.
let's go.
What's your guys' favorite food?
Oh.
Sam, go first.
Here we go.
Oh boy. Dude, I love food. You can't
Throw
you
out
can't
a
do
weird
this
one
to
so
me.
mine doesn't seem so weird, dude.
This might not be weird. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it. I don't know where you guys are from, but there's this Vietnamese soup called pho.
Pho.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, pho's dope, man.
Oh, dude, I
I've
could
never
eat that
had it.
every day of my. So it's just you've never had it, Zach?
No, I've never heard of it either.
All right, so I'm not Vietnamese or anything. What it is, it's just like they boil like overnight. It's like a 24-hour, like 18-hour, 12-hour like thing where you boil this packet of all these spices like cinnamon, peppers. I have no idea. It's like 20 ingredients in like this like tea bag basically.
It's basically like a super broth.
Yep, and then you put like it's a beef broth, so you put like bones and stuff in there. You boil it overnight, and then what happens is like when you serve it, you have all these different types of beef. So you could just order like a steak one, and you just give you like steak, or they could put like tripe and like cartilage and like meatball, like the specific like sausage meatball that they make in Vietnam and stuff like this. And they put cilantro, so it's like really strong flavors. And a lot of people get turned off by the cilantro if you've never had cilantro before, because it's like really sharp. And I guess some people, it tastes like soap to some people. I didn't like it at first, but I never had that soapy taste. But yeah, it's basically a noodle broth. Best hangover cure ever. It's what I always used to do after college, like a Friday night. Like, okay, tomorrow we're going to Saigon noodles, guys. This is rough.
I gotta fix this.
Yeah, you got to check it out, man.
Right.
It's delicious.
I don't have many Vietnamese places around here. We had a Japanese place, and now it's just 2 Chinese buffets is all we have.
Yeah, that's
But
pretty
we're getting
typical.
a Panda Express, so
Oh, nice. There
there's
you go.
fast food. But my favorite food, I get it once a year. My mom makes tuna fish casserole.
Ooh.
I love tuna fish. A lot of people are turned off by it, but I really love it. And adding that into a casserole, and she takes like breadcrumbs and puts them over the top and bakes it in the oven. So I love like the top portion of it with all the breadcrumbs and the tuna fish. It's probably not healthy, but I don't really care. I love it. I get it once a year.
Nice. What about you, Fuego?
For me specifically, I don't really have a like favorite like food, but when it comes to like a type of food, I don't know if any of you guys ever had Dominican food, but it's otherworldly. Like, it's so good because I don't know. There's so many different things to try and eat, and it's so different than like I guess what we eat on a regular basis. Mm-hmm. Like the flavors are so powerful. Like, have you ever had like I don't know, just like a chicken empanada?
Yeah.
Like, it's phenomenal. But like, but like specifically the way like Dominicans make it, like I don't know, like what differences like in all the cultures how they make it, but I just love Dominican food. It's like if any Dominicans ever watch this, mofongo, plátano con salami, arroz con leche, for my Puerto Ricans, bacalao, all that stuff. It's great.
Have you guys ever heard of the thing that was going on? I think it originated in Korea. I'm Korean. Something called MokBang. Basically, it's people that would stream themselves eating.
Yeah, I know
And
what you're talking about.
people do that in America every now and then. I've seen like a few like YouTube videos and stuff. Would you guys ever do that? Eat in front of your stream for like an hour?
Eating for an hour, I don't know, but eating in front of my stream, I'll do it all the time.
Are you
know?
familiar with that, Zackit?
Not really.
All right, so basically, it's like you're eating your food, and you basically want to be as expressive and just like make as many noises as possible. So like if you're eating like a soup, you're gonna like slurp into the microphone. I guess I don't know. I mean, I would do it for the views, and like if it was bringing me views, but I can't say it. Like if someone just like, hey, like can you sit there and like slurp into your microphone while you eat your cereal? I'm probably gonna say no.
Yeah, usually people hate that.
I feel like any of my viewers would be like, this sounds super sexual.
Yeah, that's what people thought, but it's actually not. Although I'm sure there's people that are like eating bananas very silly on their stream, but like, actually that was an issue in China. I remember reading something like that where like streamers were getting banned if they're eating bananas because like it was a total sexual thing. And then China, like,
I can see that because even in China with H1Z1, they have to have a completely, and World of Warcraft. I don't know if you guys know a lot about that, but they can't have any skeletons.
Yeah.
In World of Warcraft, and with like H1Z1, for whatever reason, they had to make the cop car a taxi car.
Wow.
I don't know how that came about, but like I know there's a lot of issues in China with
It's called censorship.
just small things
Yes, censorship.
that make no sense.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a super popular thing where like, yeah, people like to eat with other people. And I think culturally, a lot of people end up eating alone. So it's like, hey, we can eat together. If I'm eating, I could like jump onto, I don't know what streaming service they use for it, but maybe Twitch, and they could just be like, hey, I want to eat with this person. So then they'll chat up while they eat and they're watching someone else eat. And I guess watching someone eat helps your appetite as well. So I think it's like a good health thing. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but
I mean, no one likes being alone. So being a part of a gamer mindset or streamer mindset or anything like that, a lot of us are alone most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have our viewers or with people in the chat, people we're playing games with, but there's no one around me.
Yeah.
So I can understand maybe wanting to eat with someone.
Sure. So if you guys ever like have a slow day, just like pop that on, eat a sandwich or slurp some spaghetti, and then just send half those profits my way. I'll just take half of it.
Can you tell me how to say the word correctly? Because I say mukbang. Like, how do you say that?
So it's mok. It's like a longer O. Yeah, mokbang.
Bang. Okay.
So it's like bang, except it's more. I mean, bang's like the way you butcher it in like English. It's like bang.
Bang.
Yeah. So like I think you probably heard of like the term like PC bang. It's supposed to be PC bang because those are super popular in Asia.
Got you.
Yep. There you go. There's your Korean lesson for the day, listeners.
As long as you learn something new every day, it's a good day.
What about ASMR? Are you guys willing to do some ASMR for the chat?
My wife used to actually do ASMR videos on YouTube, and I was surprised how big some of her views were. It was really impressive.
Because ASMR, like, it's for like a wide range of things. Like some people just like hearing people talk like in whispers, like pleasant to them. Like it relaxes them. Some people think it's kind of hot. Some people just like want to listen to something while they're just like I don't know,
trying to sleep or something.
Trying to sleep or just like eating some pho. They just want to hear someone whisper in their ear. I don't know.
So good. Did that do it for you? Zach, are you familiar with ASMR?
Yeah, I know about it.
All right. Yes. I mean, I didn't know about it until my wife told me about it.
I've never really... Sorry, I was just responding to a message. But anyways,
No problem.
I've never really... I've never really watched it or done it or anything.
Yeah, it doesn't
But
do
I know what it
anything for me.
is. I know what it is.
Yeah, because I think it's like a psychological response. Like some people get you get a tingly feeling from hearing these specific sounds. Like some people really like the sound of like a fire crackling or like whispering or like crinkly noises with paper. I've never got a tingly, soft, relaxed feeling.
You mentioned it was for like sleep and stuff.
I think it's for relaxation and sleep. Some people
with sleep, I have to have complete silence.
Oh yeah.
So like when my girlfriend's over, we're about to move in together, but she technically lives at her house, but she stays here like 6 nights a week. She watches TV with the TV on, So like I don't fall asleep until Netflix says, "Are you still watching?" And then I can fall asleep. But like if she's not over and I go to bed. There's nothing, no lights, no TV. All I can hear is my computer barely running because it's super quiet, and that's it.
Oh no, man! I can sleep through anything. Actually, in high school,
Once I fall asleep, I'm good.
In high school, I got most likely to sleep through an earthquake in the yearbook. So I can sleep like through any, like it doesn't matter. Like I can sleep standing up. I can sleep on the floor. I can sleep anywhere. It doesn't
On
matter.
a plane?
Yeah. I've actually slept on a plane.
Couldn't do that.
Oh man, you're so lucky. That's a tough one. All right, cool. Well, yeah, I think that wraps it up for this episode of the Grind Podcast. Zach, do you want to tell us where people can find you on social media and like your Twitch and stuff like that?
Yeah. So on Twitter, if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, it is EVER all lowercase _ Zackit ZACKIT21. And then on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/Zackit21. Spelled the same way, ZACKIT21.
Gotcha. And you can find this all in the episode description or the YouTube description if you need to find it there too. How about you, Fuego?
For me, you can find me on Twitch at EVR_Fuego. That's FUEGO. And then on Twitter, my name, well, you can just search my name, is just EVR Fuego, EVR space Fuego. And then my Instagram is Fuegolito. That's FUEGOLITO_. And yeah, I think that's all the social media I have.
Cool. All right. Yeah, and you can find me at JustCasual9 on Twitter. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, before we close out, why don't you guys give your one tip for anyone that's trying to stream right now? Starting with you, Fuego. How about that?
Oh, starting with me. All right. For a tip for people who are trying to grow, like with streaming and stuff like that, I would say just the cliche: be yourself, and also just don't be afraid to market yourself and network with people, because you know when you're streaming, your personality is, unless you're like phenomenal at the game, your personality is what's going to keep people coming and what's going to keep people in. So I would say just be yourself, and just don't be afraid to interact with people, even people you see in your everyday life. Just talk to them, say hey, I stream on Twitch, or I stream here or there, and maybe you should tune in, or maybe you can come watch me play video games, or if you don't play video games, you come just hang out with me in my chat, or things of that nature.
I might be eating.
I might be slurping spaghetti. So
I might be whispering sweet nothings into your ear.
So yeah. What about you, Zach?
For me, I would say build a community. Is like I've been saying this whole episode. That's a huge thing. Just in the game you're in, maybe find a streamer you enjoy and join their chat. Talk to them in the chat. Maybe join their Discord if they have one. Make friends there. Make as many friends as you can, and you'll do that. They'll join your stream, and a lot of times, as you guys are playing games, with the way the internet's working nowadays, they can have your stream open while they're playing the game with you, and it grants you, if you're playing a team game with 5 people, that'll grant you 4 viewers right there. And then there's the other people that also want to join, and they stick around too. So I think that's the biggest thing.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for being on this episode. It was a real pleasure talking with you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope all the listeners enjoyed these stories about these guys streaming for Ever Esports. And we'll see you guys next time for the Grind Podcast.